Hi, I'm Brett. Today we've got a video update on another older model car, and this one is the Subaru Impreza WRX, and these are the GC8s. Now this is an MY99 model. Again, it was a limited edition model, like we spoke the other day about the limited edition 2-door and 4-doors. Club Spec Evo 4. Subaru later on in the years moved away from the Evo name in their descriptions because Mitsubishi Australia started bringing in the Mitsubishi Evo models, and they didn't want to be compared, which is why the later models are, like RS40 and all those other types of things. But there was a whole series of the Club Spec Evo series of cars in the limited edition range, and again towards the end of the model years, as they brought in the new model the final year, this is a way for the company to release the final production cars with a few different parts. And this particular car, as my video man is just showing different parts, has been serviced by us now for over 15 years. We've just done a timing belt, so we've had all the front off the engine here, the original factory harmonic balancer and the power steering pump and all these things. Just keep an eye on these belts, are starting to get a bit worn these days. It's a good opportunity to upgrade them with an alloy pulley kit. In behind here is the rubber timing belt, and I'm just looking for the parts to show you. I'll get my cameraman. This one here is the original factory tensioner. They start to fail in the hydraulic assembly here, and there's about 3 or 4 of these different idlers that run on the belt that need to be checked. And you can see this one here has quite got a lot of build up on it, and if you spin it, but you probably can't hear it in the video, but it's quite noisy. Now those pulleys can fail, and then that causes a timing belt failure, which then is catastrophic for a car at this age, because when the engine fails, it's almost to the point where it's not worth fixing the car. But this particular car is a real cherry, been well looked after. I can remember when this client bought these forged complimented rally wheels from us back at our old workshop in Belmore Street. It's got the upgraded DBA rotors. You'll notice the calipers on this are similar to the STI model. Same size brakes of the same year model. So the STI and the WRX model in those years had the same brakes. And if you have a look at the back, if I remember rightly, I think it's the same as well. It's a sliding piston caliper, not a fixed piston caliper, which like the 22B and some of the other ones had. And also this car has had the upgraded rotors as well. I'll get my camera in to show the dash, because again the dash in a lot of ways is similar to the STI model in its limited edition form with the white face gauges. And if I pull the seat covers back, I'm pretty sure this car came out. Yeah, no, it didn't have the same seats as the STI, but it still had the better seats, which is a little bit different to the WRX model of its time. 5-speed transmission. They didn't have limited edition numbers like the current models RS40s and the BRZs. In the hatchback or the 5-doors range, they had a wiper motor on the rear, up and lower rear spoiler. But the big differences between this and the STI model, you'll notice inlet manifold is not powder coated red. Intercooler is different to the STI model. The STI model is a silver one with a little bit more performance efficiency. You'll notice the blow-off valve is a flange type one, which indicates that we can custom tune the factory ECU, because that blow-off valve was common from the 99 model upwards. If you've got 2 rubber hoses connecting the blow-off valve, it has to be 97 model or earlier, which by the way had some factory problems back in those days. Turbo is different to the STI, TD04, not a IHI roller bearing turbo, obviously a lesser powerful engine. So really, really good value car if they're well looked after. Simple things to be aware of: there's high wear parts like the lower control arm, inner rear bushes are hydraulic. They tend to fail over age. They're a hydraulic filled bush and they look like they're leaking oil. Other things like wheel bearings, brake rotors, brake pads, making sure the gearbox is in good condition. If you're looking for one of these to buy second hand, they're really good value, but common sense things from an upgrade point of view. You'll notice, like the STI, twin pump washer bottle, because this model being a 5-door has got the rear washer for the rear wiper motor in it as well, whereas the 4-door sedan doesn't have a twin pump model. This model also come with ABS and also similar air intake to the STI with the really sensitive airflow meter sensor. But you'll also notice on the air intake which is the original factory one that sits there, doesn't have an air inlet temperature sensor, which we mentioned on the STI model. If you're doing modifications on these cars, really, really important, do not change the air intake. Stick with the original factory air intake assembly. You change the air intake to a cold air intake, messes up the signals for the airflow meter sensor, and it is a recipe for disaster for engine failure due to incorrect knock correction and big end bearing failure. Messes also with fuel and air fuel ratio as well. So there you have it, Subaru WRX GC8 coming out in the 99 2000 model. Of course, custom factory ECU upgrades as far as tuning. A lot of people think you can't retune the factory ECU. Very robust ECU if it's done correctly. So here from Sydney, Australia, wherever you are in the world, I hope this video has given you more information to learn about this car as well. And look forward to helping you again soon. Bye for now.